Hey guys, so here I'm going to show you how you can use prefab and organize some of your scenes in UDK. So in this case, let's go and pull up one of the packages that I have. Let's go to open, and literally I think I'll just grab one of the scenes here because the package should already be open. External packages, yeah, it's fine, whatever. I just need certain pieces. There we go. A couple guys just laying out the scene. These are guys you saw me earlier on using for the demo for Lightmass. So what we'll do is we'll import some stuff. We'll go to UDK, engine, and we'll go to content, and we'll go to my stuff, wiki 5, and we'll just grab some wires, floor there, open it up. We'll tell it to grab everything, okay? So grab everything, make sure it's associated with the right package. You can group it ahead of time. I actually like to group it later on, okay to all. I've had a couple crashes today, so hopefully that isn't the issue. There we go, some wires. So when you're working in UDK, if you have a large scene, these come in handy, and this is really going to come in handy when you guys come to when it comes to your final. I'm going to hit Alt and duplicate this guy. I've already drug him into the scene. Now you can actually select two different items, and we'll switch our view here so you can see what I'm looking at. We can see we have these two guys here. What we're going to do is group them, and group them is kind of like a quick way to parent things together, or at least parent them or put them together instead of hard parent. So we go to group actors. They're now grouped, and you'll actually go into your scene itself, and you'll see the group actors that you've created. You can see all your items, but here's the group actors right there. The nice thing about this scene too, you can filter what you look at, which is kind of nice. This also keeps you organized. I'm going to put deselect all. There's our little group right there. Hello, little group. And we can go over here and we can change our name for them. We just call this wires. There you go. We got our wires tag for them. You can give it a layer name if you wanted to. There's the group. It says group 0 right there. So we can see that we can actually do some editing here. And let's call this guy. Let's see here. And you can choose how you filter stuff. You can also see you're in persistent level. We'll get into that later on. And this is really nice to be able to control what you have. You can also filter text if you want to look under a particular name and so forth. Helps you out. Focus on select actor if you want to. And we also have refresh if you added something new, and also you can delete that actor from this particular area, which is kind of cool. And you can do auto select as well as auto focus. Auto select I like to keep on, so whatever I select in here, it will also be selected. You can see the tag we have for wires, and this helps out when it comes to like programming and so forth. He's tagged, and Kismet, we can call upon him. All right, so we got this guy set up here. He's all ready to go. What we're going to do is create a prefab. So we made a group. Let's do a prefab. So let's go in here, create prefabs. And creating your prefabs, what they do is pretty much UDK's way of instancing objects. We're going to put it in the right package. You can group it again. I don't necessarily recommend that so you don't lose track. But you can, because it's going to replace the mesh anyway. So we go in here and we just call this wires. Prefabulous. Hit OK. It'll swap out the mesh. It'll let you know. Now be careful when this happens. All you need to do later on is to go in here, and if you do want to make some more changes, just drag the original back in, and you can make another prefab or tweak it the way that you want. But the benefit of prefabs allows us to have multiple objects, and I can hit Alt to duplicate this prefab, which is kind of nice. So we have two prefabs in here that are grouped. So these are grouped objects that are prefabbed, which is kind of cool. And the nice thing and the power of prefabs is we can go in here and I can scale them up non-universally. And I can keep them that way if I want to. Or I can affect the whole group by right-clicking, and I can tell it to update wires prefab instance, and it'll update it. You say yes, and it'll make them go into place. Isn't that cool? Pretty much. Pretty neat. And one more thing when it comes to material editor. Let's go to our materials. I don't really have a complex material here, but at least I can show you a little bit of what you can do. When you have your materials set in here, you can actually go in here and you can comment on particular ones you have selected. So I can select both of them, right click away from them, and I can go in here and do new comment and call this "Aw yeah." That's what that one's called. Okay, and with that, I can actually go in here and move and relocate, hitting control. I can relocate this whole comment somewhere else, and this allows you to organize things. You can say this is maybe our pattern node. Over here is our world offset. You can actually go and organize everything, and when you do, you make sure you hit the check there to update it over there on the left. Okay, close it out. That's about it, guys. I just thought I'd show you some real quick ways to organize, get things ready to go. And oh, one more thing. Also, layers. You'll see that I have Mr. Robot in a layer. You select a layer, you can see what you have in it. With items selected, I can grab this prefab and grab this prefab, and I can create a new layer. I'll call this prefabs and hit OK. And in these prefabs, you'll see we have our guys. There we go. Turn them on, turn them off. And there's our static meshes. Pretty cool. Which are grouped. And prefabs on, off. Robot on, off. Pretty cool. All right, that's about it. Now it's really over. Dun dun dun.